Bitcoin continues on its epic rally, rising from the depths of the crypto abyss, potentially looking to retest yearly highs. And the question now becomes, was 9,600 potentially the new bottom? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the action we're seeing inside the chart right now. Grandma's cookies and a bottle of yo-ho-ho. Bitcoin continues to climb here on an epic V-shaped recovery after plunging hard, fast, and viciously down to the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement. And my friends, right now, are we seeing what looks like a potential real, sustainable bull rally that's looking to take us back to that nearly $14,000 region and potentially beyond? Or does this look like it's going to be another likely failed attempt at a bull rally and plunge us further down into the crypto abyss? So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame. I mean, clearly, ladies and gentlemen, we have had a significant V-shaped recovery up to this point right now. Bitcoin continuing to climb and continuing to impress. Right now, there are several things to look for here. As I have been covering, that I potentially am under the impression that we could have seen the top of this market cycle for the time being before an epic retracement back down into a healthy zone of potentially the 0.618 golden Fibonacci retracement, this green area of support here around 6,000, etc., etc. And right now, I don't believe that sentiment has to be gone. But as a trader, I need to look at all of the changing factors, right? You can't stay stuck on one thing, right? If this was my analysis 3 days ago, that this was looking like a blow off top, a complacency rally, a failure, and then everything changes, well, that goes right out the window. But right now, I want to discuss what I'm seeing here in an unbiased way. If you guys are subscribed here, you would know that I've been short from 11,752. I've since closed that, ladies and gentlemen, for epic profits. Shout out to my VIPs. I've kept you guys updated with my trade here all along the way. I closed my short at 10,395 and 10,441, all the way up from 11,752. Let's get this crypto, but we'll recap that later. So right now, as Bitcoin continues to climb, there are several things that are really standing out to me. Okay, let's begin here with the highs and the low points. Okay, so we had our peak of the trend here at about 13,800. That was our first high. Then we got a rebound rally, and our second high was stuck in here around 12,500. Failed. Pumped again, had another reaction rally and a failure about 12,150. Now we plunged again and found another reaction rally here. The question is will this rally be able to create a higher high? So for me right now, ladies and gentlemen, getting above this region right here at about 12,300 is going to be so important for Bitcoin here, because if it does not get above this level, it's probably not what the Moon Boys want to hear, but we are still then on a lower high trajectory, right? Even if we get all the way up to here, say we get up to 12,000, that still, my friends, is a lower high trajectory, which is inherently bearish, right? Especially after putting in a low and then a lower low followed up by a lower high. This would change nothing for me in the macro trend right now, even though we could have potentially pumped as high as, 25% to the upside. It's a little bit obscure for, beginner traders that haven't really understood how the markets work on a macro level. This would still be a lower high trajectory, right? And I want to actually outline this here with a channel now so that we can get an idea of what's going on. So if we look right now, Bitcoin is actually testing up on this channel at the time of recording. But what I'm seeing here is a descending, broadening channel, right? And these broadening channels are very, very volatile. I mean, as you can see, the channel, the top to bottom throughout this thing is absolutely heinous. I mean, these swings are absolutely ludicrous if you keep ping-ponging off the top and bottom of the channel, right? It's crazy action. But right now, until I see a new higher high created here, which for me would be a taking out of this 12,300 area. But really, I mean, since it's so close in proximity, I really want to see this high here at about 12,455 get taken out. So for me, as long as Bitcoin truly remains underneath this level, to me, it's still looking inherently bearish right now, just in terms of a potential blow off top, followed up by low volume reaction rally, right? Notice the volume here, right? Low volume, followed up by V-shaped recovery after sticking in a lower low, right? Keep this in mind, and then putting in a lower high. So it might seem ludicrous to many traders, but Kirby, Bitcoin just went up 25%. How are you telling me that looks bearish, Kirby? How are you telling me that looks bearish? Well, I'm just pointing out the classic technical analysis perspective here, that we aren't creating higher highs and we're creating lower lows, which I mean is inherently bearish. But like I said, I've already closed my short position, right? I was short from 11,752 all the way up in this region here, and I closed all within the low 10,000s down here, right? And why, you may ask? Well, this is where we start to get very interesting, okay? So let's zoom in here. Let's go to the 1 hour, and I want you guys to see what happened here. So this yellow line down here where we actually found support is the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement. Now, if you see what happened here, we found some loose support at this region, consolidation, then we had a large green candlestick to the upside. Then it failed, and soon as we touched this level again, boom, right off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. The bots came in my opinion. Some market movers came in my opinion. And if we actually go into something like the 5-minute chart, if you just want to get a better perspective, you can see the crazy amount of buying, right? The consolidation, and then the buy, right? The dip, the large buy, the dip, the large buy, all around this Fibonacci retracement, which to me right now is a pure indication that these bots and market movers are playing these Fibonacci retracements right here, right now. And even more interestingly enough, where we currently are on Bitcoin right now is another significant Fibonacci level, because if, right, say hypothetically you were playing this fib for a bullish bounce, as the bots apparently were, right, what I want to show you here is where are we right now? So over here on the right, these are my Fibonacci retracements, right, from the high over here to from the bottom to the high, right, and over here is our Fibonacci extensions, right, from the macro bull market down, right? So look at this 0.5 fib, okay? We're going to draw a line across from this fib right here, and I want to show you where the price of Bitcoin is at right here, right now. And if we zoom back in on the 4 hour, we can see that if you were playing that target, right, of fib to fib from a bullish play, you would have hit it to a T right now. And what's actually looking quite beautiful to me is that not only is Bitcoin taking out this fib level right now, the 0.5, but it's also now pushing above our retracement of the 0.236 Fibonacci right here as well. So if we are to maintain here, ladies and gentlemen, the big key word is maintain. I mean, you guys know I love to look at the 4 hour candlesticks at a minimum for my swing trading, right? So right now, I want to see a 4 hour candle body close above this downward sloping resistance line and above this red line, which is the 0.236 Fibonacci. If Bitcoin can get above here and hold, this would look very promising, as we're not then all too far away from being able to break this critical prior high, in my opinion here, roughly 8% or so away from creating a potential new higher high. The problems here would become, like I was stating earlier, if we double top here, right? V-shaped recovery, double top and fail and drop back below the 0.236. This would be a macro problem, as then for me, the Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of a market cycle would still be potentially in play here for a potential complete correction back down, to these areas of interest for me, between 7,500, 8,500 to all the way down to 6,000 potentially. But right now, for me, we also have to look here at the RSI, because the RSI in correlation with all of this is telling me a very interesting story. So now let's look at the 4-hour here, okay? So we see that we are still potentially now below our peak here, which is a tentative divergence, although we are looking to break it, just very little right now. But the daily is where this story still is very, very interesting for me here, okay? So our big rally up to 14,000, we had our peak in the RSI, and we had our plunge down, and then our leg back up, which stuck in a lower high, right? Bearish divergence here. And now with this retest up, we look to be making yet again another lower high, which for me, ladies and gentlemen, is inherently bearish per classical technical analysis theory, right? We are still seeing that lower high trajectory here on the RSI. That's not what you want to see, especially while we still haven't created a higher high while also putting in lower lows. And if we also look at the weekly time frame here as well, and go to the RSI on here, the week right now has just started, right? So you can't really credit this here, but going off last week's data, we definitely started to put in a little bit of a bearish divergence here, albeit we'll have much more data here once this week closes. But what you're seeing here right now is going to change so much. There's still so many days left in the weekly candle right now, but last week's close stuck in a little bearish divergence, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens here at the end of this week. Let's get this crypto. Let's actually look at the weekly here now, okay? So if we take these out of the equation here, okay, and we look at this objectively, this weekly close here was horrific. I mean, this is a complete doji, bearish doji. I mean, that is as bearish of a doji as you're going to probably see if trading on a weekly time frame at all. And right now, to me, ladies and gentlemen, with the creation here on the daily and the 4-hour, with a picture being painted of lower highs and lower lows, this is not what you want to see. Now, of course, this is all subject to change, but right now, my strategy is really, it's still leaning towards the short side. I'm not saying that I'm short right now, because I'm not. As you can see here, I closed my positions in the low 10,000s from 11,752, right? I took a short up in this region, and I shorted and closed out my positions in here for beautiful profits. Shout out to my VIPs. I kept you guys updated with my trades all along the way, and I will continue to keep you updated with my future trades right here, right now, as I plan to get this crypto. Let's get it. But right now, for me, until I see confirmations here that come in, either that higher high or a new spike in volume and another engulfing candle, or a plunge back below here, right, in the creation of a lower high, right? If we start to plunge again, taking out this lower low would be a confirmation for me of a continued sustainable downtrend within this channel, etc., etc. Right now, I'm in a phase here where I'm awaiting further confirmations, and I'm ready to strike when I believe the time is right. Right now, I'm in no position. I've already taken beautiful profits on my swing trade short from up in this region. Now, this trend is looking like it's being put to the test. Is it going to create a higher high and look to probably make a push to retest that yearly high around 14,000? Or is this nothing more than another V-shaped failure rally like we saw over here after our blow off top, right? Same type of rally, ladies and gentlemen, a plunge and a V-shaped recovery. And let's take the price range on that, right? Roughly a 20% recovery in a V-shape. And what do we have right now? Ding, ding, ding. Chicken wings for dinner. Tofu if you're vegan. Another 20% recovery at the time of recording in a V-shaped correction to the upside. Right now, for me, this has not changed the trend at all. For beginner traders, as I was stating earlier, this may be hard to understand, but the structural components of this trend haven't changed at all, even though the price has gone up 20%. I hope that that makes sense to you, right? The structural formation here is still a lower high trajectory and a lower low trajectory. Nothing has changed in terms of that, although the price has moved, right? So this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see these degenerates and clowns. Oh, Don, I hope you got wrecked. You see, you were pointing out this market cycle and the price went up and. When they say that type of stuff, ladies and gentlemen, they literally should just put a sticky note on their forehead that says, Don, I don't know anything about trading, and I'm an emotional moon boy that gets wrecked over and over again, so it would just give me some joy to see you get wrecked, since I get wrecked all the time, and... If you're just watching trading analysis videos to see that somebody wants to say, here it is, James, we're going right to the moon, I don't know why you put yourself through the agony and the pain of doing so. I'm only going to give you my realistic analysis day in and day out here. You guys know all along this way to the upside, from the $8,400 region, from the $9,400 region, from the $10,900 region, Don Carbonaccio was longing and playing this to the upside, collecting my profits all along the way to the upside. But the trend for me now has changed. The trend here looks much different than it did over here. You understand? And why? Just to put it in perspective, we were creating higher highs and higher lows. Do you see the difference, right? This is just for the irrational moon boys that, for whatever reason, ladies and gentlemen, they get very angry with me, like I'm some sort of fortune teller that's rubbing the crystal ball. Nobody is perfect, James. This is technical analysis, right? The thing is here, guys, is that I'm playing this to what I believe gives me the highest probability to succeed, where, as I just showed you, all along this channel, I continued to go long and speculate to the upside because we were creating higher highs and higher lows. As right now, until proven otherwise, for me here, we are now creating lower highs and lower lows within this channel here. So, I mean, I'm still leaning to the short side here, although you guys see right here, I'm not in any position right now. I've closed out my trades and I'm awaiting re-entry, and I am going to be posting my re-entry for you all in VIP. Shout out to all my new future VIPs joining VIP right after this video. Let's get this crypto. For me right now, it's a watch phase here, and you're going to have to be ready to strike like a cobra out of the grass when we get a confirmation here. Are we going to ping pong off this resistance and look to retest this Fibonacci down here for a potential double bottom, which maybe can burst us through? Are we going to plunge here and break the bottom and look to really find resistance here, right, at that fib and continue our downward channel for a potential full correction and market cycle, which I still believe has a lot of merit here, ladies and gentlemen. I still believe it. And the fact of the matter is that, you see, I'm willing to speculate either way. If we break up and break these levels here and break this downward sloping resistance and hold support along this 236 Fibonacci retracement, I'm likely going to look to speculate to the upside again. If we respect the downward sloping channel, we break below these key support regions here at this level. Let's draw a box here. This, for me, is a significant level here between 10,800 and 11,100. If we bounce off the top of this channel, break below this level, I may see another high reward, low risk trade setup for me to potentially play this ping pong short to the downside. It's all on the fly, ladies and gentlemen, right? But you must have a plan. If you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. Don Carbonaccio does not fail to plan. Don Carbonaccio plans to succeed. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, again, I hope that 99% of you aren't like this, but for the 1% that just want to bash bearish analysis, you should not be watching trading analysis then, right? This is realistic analysis on an intraday time frame. If the trend looks like, in my opinion, that I have a high probability to see it move down, then I'm playing it to the downside. I'm not going to sit here and rub your shoulder and tell you, it's okay, James. We may just go down a lot, but, you know, if you just hodl and then hope for the best, maybe one day you'll recover it and go to the moon. That is not what this channel is here. There are plenty of others that will suit your needs if you want to, you know, cry on their shoulder and have them rub your back and tell you, it's okay, James. It's okay, James. It's all going to be good in the end. That's not what you get here. So for all the crying degenerates that for whatever reason want to say, get wrecked, Kirby, and hope that I'm losing trades, what are you doing? I do this for you each and every day to the best of my ability to show you what I'm doing here as a trader to look to crush this market and get this crypto. It blows my mind, ladies and gentlemen, the disrespect that these moon boys show to the Don. You don't want to disrespect the Don, ladies and gentlemen. For me right now, I'm looking at this as a potentially large area of opportunity here. Like I said, we're kind of at the boiling point here where we could look to break up to potentially double top here and get rejected, or form a new higher high and look to retest this high. Or on the contrary, ladies and gentlemen, are we going to get the ping pong here, crash below these levels here, and look to retest the bottom of the channel? And if we do test the bottom of the channel, ladies and gentlemen, things could get very, very interesting here, as I believe that this may become quite evident here, that we may in fact be due for a full-blown market cycle retracement, like I stated earlier, into my levels of interest between the 0.5 Fibonacci, the 0.618 Fibonacci, and this historic price action, which ranges for me all the way down from that gap fill on the CME futures chart at 8,500 down to the $7,000 to $6,000 region. And I just want to quickly look at this before we do anything further here. We can see, guys, that the gap number one has filled here, right? Target number one was hit. Don Carbonaccio playing this market like a spit shine trombone. We hit that target. Is this gap going to fill? That is yet to be seen, but it does also coincide with a bunch of other confluence and metrics that I'm seeing in the chart. So it is something I'm looking at, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if it did happen to break down and play out that way. Let's get this crypto. So for me right now, ladies and gentlemen, you see I have these tentative percentages outlined here of crazy breaks that we could see, right? And then even if we do shoot down below here, I mean, guys, the trading opportunity here, in my opinion, is absolutely massive, potentially life-changing. And the thing is that I'm ready to play this market right now and crush it like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. Are you going to be the one that gets caught like a deer in the headlights here? Or are you going to be the one that crushes this market and gets this crypto? The choice is yours. Personally, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking to crush this market right now. Like I said, my last trade, I opened a short position at 11,752 before the crash happened. I've since taken profits in the low 10,000s when I saw this bounce off of the fib level that looked like we could see further upside movement, collected my profits. You know, the degenerates, get wrecked, Kirby, get wrecked. I mean, again, James, if you consider shorting the, you know, relative top here for this swing and closing it very close to the bottom here, as getting wrecked, I don't know what world or dimension you live in, but okay, my friend. And moving forward, guys, I'm going to look to plan to continue to crush this market. I trade 24/7 around the clock. I can only do these videos here once a day on YouTube, and in VIP, you get all of my trades in real time. 24/7, 365. So guys, I will see you all in VIP right now, and shout out to all my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. I'm ready to get aggressive, and I'm going to be taking plays here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ready to strike like a cobra out of the grass, and I'm ready to get this crypto. So I look forward to seeing you guys in VIP. I will keep you updated with my new position that I'm looking to take here upon this proverbial powder keg ready to explode in either direction. I'm hungry. I'm ready to get this crypto. Are you going to be the one that gets caught like a deer in the headlights and takes that trip to Rec City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler? Or are you going to be the one that crushes it and gets this crypto? The choice is yours, my friend. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you all in VIP right now. Shout out to my VIPs. And guys, until next time, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. These moon boys, they can like it or they don't like it. But either way, they better learn to love it, because this stream right here is the best thing going inside the cryptocurrency space today. Let's get this crypto. Diamonds are forever, and so is Don Carbonaccio. Sheesh. So guys, I will see you all in VIP right now. I'm ready to take aggressive positions here, and I will be keeping you updated to the absolute second in real time with all of my future trades here right now. I'm ready to crush this market. Are you? Let's get this crypto. I will see you all in VIP right now. So until next time, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.